let's talk a little bit about, more about some circles here, and specifically the angles of them. I know some of us are struggling in class a little bit about this idea of angles, so I wanted to go through this a little bit. I think this, well, I'm hoping this will help. All right, so the first thing I want to look at here is what a circle is, right? So a circle is a okay, a fixed point in the middle, okay, and then I have a radius that measures out, okay, and it can rotate around, okay, so it's the set of points that are all the same distance away from the middle, okay, so you can think of a sprinkler, you could think of tying a rope to the middle here and then walking around in that shape, and it becomes a circle, okay. So when we talk about the degrees of a circle, okay, or an angle, what we're really doing is we're talking about part of a circle, right? We're talking about walking or moving around in some amount of a circle that's not the whole thing. So the first thing I want to talk about is what is a full circle, okay? So I found this animation that I think might help, okay? So the idea is 360 degrees makes a full rotation, okay? And again, with the idea of degrees, you know, that I've read, it comes from the original idea of that there are 360 days in a year, okay? And that each day represents 1 degree. So, you know, if this is the sun here, you know, each day that the Earth travels around, okay, it travels around the sun, it takes 360 days for us to return back to that original point. Okay, whichever day that is, right? So let's take a look here, all right? So I'm going to hit this play and I'm going to pause it real quick here, okay? Because it's going to restart at 0. So let's start and I'm going to pause it, okay? Now, what this is saying here is this angle here, right? Okay, we talk about it here. Really sort of what it's doing is it's making part of a circle here, right? It's kind of this fraction of a circle. So this is 21 degrees, which means out of the whole circle of 360, right? This is only 21 of those days, okay? So this amount here would be essentially like 21 days of the year. You know, we still have the entire rest of the year to get back to whatever day this is. And you can think of it as like your birthday, right? So this would be, we're still relatively close to the birthday, right? It's only 21 days away from your birthday, 3 weeks, okay? And as this moves on, right, it's going to go on, right? We're going to hit 90 degrees, okay? And that makes a perfect right angle, okay? It's 1/4 of the year, okay? It's 1/4 of the year. And again, it's really measuring this part of the circle, okay? We look at this part of the angle, and what we're really doing though is we're talking about how much of a circle is going, okay? I'm going to continue it on, right? So we have 124, and you can see more of the days have gone by, right? If this is your birthday, now the 124 days have gone by, and now here we are, okay? And we're still traveling along. You know, we haven't, you know, we're still closer to your birthday, right? We're still closer to the birthday than we are, you know, you're closer to your past birthday, the one that just happened, as opposed to the next birthday, right? Because you can see this is how far we've traveled away from your birthday. This is how far you still have to go to get back, okay? So let's continue it on, and so you'll see you get here, all right? Now at this point, we have traveled to the complete other side of the year, right? We are fully opposite, so we're equal parts away from the birthday, right? I'm just as far from my past birthday as I am to my next birthday, okay? So the other way to look at this is, if let's say the Earth was here, half of the year has passed, we're on the complete opposite side of the sun, right? So if the sun is here, then we have gone to the other side of the sun, and now we're on our way back, okay? So as you see, this continues on, all right? And now at this point, we are closer to our next birthday than we are to our past birthday, okay? You can see, right? Do you see how this small circle is essentially the same, or this small part is really the same as this larger part on the outside there? Okay, I'm going to let it keep going, and it just keeps going, right? Now we're getting much closer, still getting closer, getting real close. Now, this is, you know, getting 9 days from your next birthday, right? It's been 351 days to the birthday, right? We've traveled this whole way, all the way around, 350 out of the 360, and then we have this tiny bit left to go, okay? And then we'll hit 360, and look, it's our birthday again. And it's been 360 days since we last arrived at this point. Okay, so that was a long explanation, but I think hopefully it's a valuable one for you. So let's go back and let's start practicing, okay? So this was the original circle. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure the angle created by the shaded parts here, okay? So we're going to do, we'll do it in, I don't know, let's do green. Okay, so what we're measuring here is this, we're going from here around, okay? Oops, let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, we're going from here to there. Okay, so we're going to say how much of a circle does that make, right? Well, you can say it makes half of a circle, but what we want to do is we want to remember that 360 degrees, right? That's the whole circle. So out of the 360, how much does this make, right? Well, we're taking 360 and we're splitting it into two pieces, right? This is division. So we're going to take 360, divide it by 2, right? So what is 300 half of 360? Well, it's 180 degrees. Okay, so this is a degree, this angle here, right? This one across here creates, right? If I were to draw this circle across it, it would be half of a circle. Okay? So now I'm going to start giving you some questions. I want you to practice them, okay? Very important that you remember 360 degrees is the full circle here. Okay. We're going to do this one, all right? So I want you to tell me how much is it from here to here, okay? Now they've broken it up into 4 pieces, but it's really just the same amount, right? When you really look at this, it's 360 degrees, okay? Right? We could divide it into 4 parts. So in fact, let's do that. Let's divide it into 4 parts. And we're going to get 90 degrees each. Okay. So what that means is each segment here is 90 degrees. So this was 90 degrees, right? This angle from here, right? From here to there is 90 degrees. And oftentimes we use the little box idea to do that. Okay. And then, but this is 2 of those, right? So this is another, it goes 90 degrees to there and then another 90 degrees to there, right? This is another 90 degree angle. And then together, right? So 90 degrees plus 90 degrees, right? These are the same units. We're going to get 180 degrees. Okay. Hopefully you did well on that one. Let's do another one here. Why don't you go ahead and you try to figure out the angle, right, from here to here. So how much of that path of the circle have we done? Go. All right, again, the whole circle would be 360 degrees, okay? How much have we gone? We have gone a total of, or how much of this, right? Well, it's 1/3 of the circle, right? We've divided this into 3 pieces, and we keep 1. This is, right, 1/3. So we're going to divide 360, okay, degrees, and we're going to divide it by 3, all right? And after this, we're going to get 120 degrees. Okay, so each of these segments, right, this is 120 degrees, this one is 120 degrees, and this one is 120 degrees. But I've only traveled this amount 1 time. That's what this one is saying, okay? I've broken it up into 3 pieces. Only one of them am I working with, okay? So 120 degrees. Now, we're going to up the ante here a little bit, and what I want you to do is when you enter in these degrees, what I want you to try to do is I want you to hit I want you to type in the degree symbol, okay, because that's important. So this is how you're going to type it in. You're going to type in 120, all right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to hold down, okay, hold down, okay, the Alt key, okay, and okay, hold that down, hold this one down, and then you're going to type in, while still holding this down, you're going to do 0176. Then you let go of that, and you should get a degree symbol. Okay, so on this next one, I want you to try doing that. You're going to hold down Alt 0. You're going to hold down that button, right? You're going to press down on Alt, and then 0176, and then you're going to let go of Alt. All right. So let's try this. All right, you go ahead and you try to tell me how many degrees does it go from here to there. Go. All right, starting with 360 degrees. we have a bunch of segments here, right? So how many has it been cut into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's been divided by 8 pieces, okay? Well, 8 doesn't necessarily go into 360 very easily, so let's do a little math, right? So let's do we have 360, and we want to break it up into 8 pieces. 8 goes into 3 0 times. 8 goes into 36 4 times. Okay, that uses up 32. I'm left with 4, okay? And then 4, bring down the 0. I've got 40. 8 goes into 40 5 times. That's going to give me a remainder of 0. Okay, so now we know is each of these angles here is 45 degrees. Okay, now another way we could have done this is we could have looked at this and said, here's, right, that's quarters, right? So this is 90 degrees. So if I cut that in half, I'm going to get 45. Okay, so now we know that this is 45 degrees, each one of these. All right, now you have a couple different options at this point of what you want to do. We could just take 45 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take 5 of them, right? So we could take 5 multiplied by 45 degrees, okay? Or we could look at this and say, well, wait a second. This, right, this distance here, okay, that's 180 degrees, and I have an extra 45 degrees, okay? So let's try both of them right here. So let's do 180. Whoops, I don't want that color. I want to go back to my lovely purplish pink. Okay, 180 degrees plus 45. Okay, what's that going to give us? Here, let's do it like this. Plus 45. Okay, that's going to give me 5, and that's 12, 1. So I get 225, right, at 225 degrees. Let's do 5 times 45. So I do 45 multiplied by 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2, 225. Both of them get me 225 degrees. Okay. You try this one. I want you to tell me how much is it from here to here? How many degrees? How much of the circle does that go? All right. 360 degrees, okay? How many segments are we breaking this into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're breaking this into 6 segments. 36 divided by 360 divided by 6 is going to give me 60 degrees, okay? So this one is 60 degrees, and this one is 60 degrees, and I'm hoping that by adding them together, you can get 120 degrees, okay? And again, the idea is Alt 0, 1, 7, 6, and let go to give your degree symbol. All right. Now, try this one. From here to here. Go. All right. So, looking at this one, this has traveled 90 plus another 90 plus another 90, right? So 390 so it's going to be 270 degrees. 360, but let's say we want to do this. We want to divide this by 4. So we know that each of these is 90 degrees. So I can either add this, or what I could do is do 360 minus 90, okay? But either way, if we do want to do 90 degrees and multiply it times 3, we're going to get 270 degrees, okay? So that's my answer. Next one. You figure out that distance. Go. All right, 360 divided by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's half, so there's going to be 10 total. That gives me 36 degrees in each segment, right? That's 36 degrees. Okay, this is 36 degrees. So add them together, and I get a total of 72 degrees. All right, tell me this one. How far of the circle does that travel? Okay, 1, 2, 3. This one is 6 again, right? So we did 360 degrees divided by 6 is 60 degrees each, right? So we know that this one is 60 degrees, this one is 60 degrees. So I'm going to multiply that by 5. 60 degrees times 5, 300 degrees. All right, go. Do this angle. How much does that go? All right. All right, 360 degrees, right? We're dividing it by 3. What do I get? 120 degrees each. So I got 2 of those. So 120 plus 120. Okay, degrees, I get 0, 4, and 2, so 240 degrees. That's my answer. Okay, how far does this one go? From here to there. How much does that go? All right, this one we did again with 360. We divided this by 8. Okay, we ended up with 45 degrees each time. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So we could do 45 degrees and multiply it by 6. That gives me 30. That gives 42 plus 45. Whoops, what am I doing here? Okay, let's try that again. 5 times 6 is 30, right? 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27, so 270 degrees. Okay, you could also look at this and say, wait a second, this is a right angle. That's 90 degrees that's left over there. So I could just subtract, I could do 360 degrees minus 90 degrees. Okay. All right, how far is it from here all the way around to there? Again, this has 10 segments, so we have 360 divided by 10 is equal to, right? It's going to get 36 degrees in each segment, right? 36 degrees, that's basically saying this part, right? So if I were to travel this section, that's not a very good color, let's see the green. This section here, that's 36 days. This is another 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 36 days. Okay, now I've gone 180 and I continue on past that. Okay, so 36 degrees, right, times 8 multiplied by 8. So 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus that is going to be 288 degrees. How far is it from here all the way to there? Go. Okay, again, there are 10 segments on this one, so we have 360, divide that by 10. Okay, I get 36 degrees in each segment, 36 degrees. Okay, I'm going to do that a whole bunch of times, but in this case, let's just understand, like from here, right, this segment there across here, that's 180 degrees, and then I have one more angle of 36 degrees. So I'm just going to take 180 degrees and add 36, right? So then I've got 6 and 1 and 1 and 216 degrees. So that's my angle there, okay? Go ahead, let's try this one from here to there. All right, 360 degrees. This one is actually divided by 9 sections, which means each section is going to be, what is that, 36 divided by 9? Each one is 40 degrees. 40 degrees, okay? So a couple different things. We also know that these two are 40 degrees, okay? That one's 40 degrees. So let's take a look at this. If we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those sections, so 40 times 7, so that's going to be 0, and we'll get 280 degrees. Okay, that's one way to do it. We could also have said, ooh, that's 360 degrees. Let's subtract 80 degrees, right? Let's subtract these two. What am I going to get? I get 280 degrees. All right. How about that one? Just from here to there. You tell me that one. All right, this one, you should have got this one. Right? 6 sections, divide that, get 60 degrees. That's my final answer. Okay, last one, and on a good one here. Oh, how far is that go? All right, 360 degrees. Break it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equal segments. That gives me 40 degrees altogether. I get 8 of them, right? 40 multiplied by 8, 320 degrees. Boom. Okay? And finally, last but not least, I want you to tell me how far is it from here to there? Well, you should have said, that's easy. That one is 40 degrees. It's the other part. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your break. Hopefully there's a lot left and it's not school starting again tomorrow.